Hey, everybody, welcome to the Three Gun Show. I'm your host, Dave Hartman, and with me today is my good friend, Adam Maxwell. Hey, Max.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Here at the center of the Three Gun universe.
Yeah, buddy. Austin, Texas. Three Gun Show World Headquarters.
It's south, but it still has a gravitational pull. Like everything pivots around Texas.
It's because the state is so damn large.
Right.
Right.
And the oil.
And the petroleum. We are here to tell you about the 5 things you can change in your shotgun that will improve your game today. Hey, Max, you want to kick this one off, buddy?
Yeah, man. Bring your Shotty McBang Bang to the next level. Pattern your chokes, people. Have chokes, pattern them. So many people put out so much misinformation on this, think they understand, or do it wrong. Like, you want to know density of your pattern at various distances for all of your chokes to have a full understanding. That's a lot of power in your shotgun that you gain by knowing it and that you give up by not knowing it. So since a lot of people don't know it, that's an easy advantage to get over people, and they came with the gun.
Can I give you a tip that I was given years ago by a wise man? So you got your chokes in here, right? So this is an IC. That's what I generally use like 90% of the time. And I was asking Mark Yackley what chokes that he uses, because I was planning on buying a Stoeger just like this one right here. And he said that he uses an IC, a mod, and I believe it was a spreader, I think. But there was only 3 chokes. And he said that he sees people second guessing themselves to death, like, oh, is this a mod or is this a light mod? Is this an IC or is this a light mod? You know, that kind of thing. When they have 7 different chokes, he's like, I only have 3, so I go wide, normal, or tight.
Yeah, I pretty much did the same thing with my tube gun. Because I really challenge somebody to step up to a stage and be like, yes, this is definitely a light mod stage, and it's not an IC stage. But you know, the difference between an IC and a mod on that stage, okay, well, you skipped a step there. That's an appreciable difference. So the chokes that I would bring to a match were staggered in size, but yeah, I slimmed it down too. I had in my Benelli, I ran diffusion, light mod, and IM most of the time. I had a full choke just in case, because sometimes there's sadists out there that do crazy things. But it also depends on barrel length and the shells that you're using too. So because one man's IC is not the same as another man's IC.
Yes, that's correct.
So Jake Latola and Nathan Payne used to give me shit all the time because I was always using light mod and they were always using IC. Well, they shoot 26-inch barrels and I shot a 24. So, you know, we essentially were saying the same thing, but different, you know.
Yeah,
and same but different. You
know? And it does change from shotgun to shotgun. The other thing that's going to change is your slug pattern. So you're going to want to pattern your slugs, several different kinds of quality slugs, and then choose one that works for you. And bonus tip right here is going to be a rear sight. This is an XS big dot rear sight. It's just the little dash, and then the front sight works like the dot, and you just make a little lollipop on it, and then it just puts that slug wherever you aim it. So
that's the one you want. Don't get cute, people.
Don't get cute. Next up, we have
open your loading port.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Thanks for reading that for me. I can't read your handwriting. Open your loading port. So
that a lot.
This seems like most of us are like, oh, yeah, of course you open your loading port. But if you're new out there, you may not know this. But having your loading port trimmed by a competent gunsmith, of which I will name several right now that I have personal experience with. That would be Roth Concept Innovations. Roth Performance is what he's calling it now. They did this one right here. Hayes Custom Guns did my Breda B12I S. Dissident Arms and Briley that I've shot and loved several shotguns that they've done. So those are the ones I have experience with. There's a couple other ones out there that I don't have experience with. And
not necessarily bad people.
Right. It's just I don't personally have experience with them. So those are the ones that I would recommend, and you want to have it done by a competent person, because it's not just a matter of going in there with a Dremel and trimming it back. I think all of us has chunked a gun or two in their lifetime.
There's bad stuff you can cut off in there.
Yes, and it's more like like cylinder head porting than it is like sawing a table leg. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but I mean, for you folks at the beginner or intermediate level, really, we're trying to take off some of the sharp edges and open it up a little bit. Don't get too bent around the axle about exactly what cuts you're going to make. Everyone kind of subscribes to their own school thought on that. Really, we're trying to take off the sharp edges, open it up a little bit, and the rest is a can of worms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, between my 3 shotguns that I own, all the ports were done by someone else or someone different, and they all work great. So
yeah, I had mine done one time a long time ago by someone who's not in business anymore. It was aggressive at the time. It's extremely modest now, but I did it one time and I left it. It just,
yeah,
just a little bit to give you some room to work and not cut your hands.
right. So the next category is going to be ammo selection. What you want is you want a consistent ammunition that you're going to be patterning, like we said earlier, and then you're going to be sticking with that in your matches. Now, I subscribe to I shoot really nice stuff in major matches because I spend a lot of money to get to major matches, and then I'll shoot whatever junk I can throw through this in club matches and practice. However, when that ammunition acts up during practice, I still get as upset. So stick with a good ammunition.
Ammunition quality is important in any of the guns. It is probably the most underappreciated, or I don't think people give shotgun ammo the respect it deserves compared to the other ammo. Like, they could be hardcore hand loaders and still pick up garbage ammo from Walmart,
yeah,
and then wonder what happened. Because we're not just looking at the shot size and the dram weight and all that stuff. We want consistent crimping. We want true. You don't want it to be round, and we want
cases need to not have like a big slope on them that makes your extractor slip off. Because these semi-automatic shotguns work much more aggressively than a pump shotgun does.
Yep.
And much faster. So I will say that going to Walmart and buying shotgun ammo is what most people do. I urge people stay away from the Winchester bulk pack. I've not found that to be consistent in anything but my pump guns. And when you go there, you will have a choice between the Winchester bulk pack and the Federal bulk pack, and they're both the same price. Choose the Federal.
Yeah, in the tube guns, I always had good luck with the Federal shells. That was my go-to. Most of us, when you hear most of us on the show talking about like we went to Walmart and bought shells, we bought AA's.
Yeah,
because they sell those there too, and they consistently carry. If you know what's going to be there, they consistently carry. It's a selection. It's an abbreviated selection, but they usually have, if you have it in your town, they probably have it in the other town too.
And so for me, like when I say I stay away from the Winchester bulk pack, it's the bargain basement stuff. So I will go buy Winchester AA's for a major match at Walmart, but for club matches and practice, I will just shoot the Federal bulk pack because you save enough to where you get one extra box, 25 rounds per 100. So I'm kind of cheap in that way. So do you want to go on the last one, or you want to go on the first one? Because we skipped the first one.
All right, I'll go on the last one.
Because I don't know anything about that first one. That was me guiding you.
Oh, okay. Again, I think a lot of people don't respect stock dimensions as to. Oh, hey, there's a ceiling there.
These magazine tubes get long.
A lot of people don't respect the stock dimensions on a stock, so make sure your stock fits. There's a few different recoil pads you can get for most of the popular shotguns. Also, especially if you bought one of the nicer ones, if you bought a Breda or a Benelli, something like that, it came with shims.
Yeah, so did the Stoeger.
Yeah, that can adjust the what's the word? The cast and the drop at heel. So basically, the way that the stock curves as it comes off the receiver, it's a very subtle adjustment, but it can make a very big difference. It's going to take about 4 hours of your time to figure out which one you like, but that's 4 hours very well spent if you're trying to improve your shotgun game, because the shotgun is all point shooting. So it's got to fit. It's got to fit, or you're just fighting the gun and your body. So might as well try to get the two to work together.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
There's our OJ reference for the day.
Yeah, always got to get one in the show. The next one is going to be the angle of your gear. So most of us have. No, you didn't put a hole in the ceiling.
I have to try harder than that.
Yep. So most of us have load 4 now, quad loading caddies or load 2s. These are made by Victus Practical. That's what all my belt gear is made up by. The other option is like a chest rig. Chest rig gives you a little bit less options as far as like cant and everything goes. For me, I'm gonna have to stand up and do this, I think. But for me, as I move across my belt, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll watch me do this. But as I move across my belt, the angle changes. I load weak hand, which is my left hand. So when I'm grabbing things that are on my right side, I have it angled so my arm comfortably reaches over there, and my forearm and my wrist are straight. I don't want it bent, so I'm like getting in there weird because now I'm going to get a bad grab off the bat, and half of getting your shells into your gun is getting a good grab, so it's consistent. So I will have it canted, I guess, away from my weak hand. As I'm farther on my right, they will go more to center line. As I'm in the middle, it could deal with just a little bit of cant. And then as I'm coming back to my right, they will be canted even further. And that is going to allow for almost a complete straight down grab for me. And that's how I do it. I also do have one of these that I put on my back when I'm doing the slug stages. And it's basically just the slugs are upside down. And so when I grab it, it's almost straight up and down behind me. And that's how I grab my slugs.
Yeah. Your first 1 or 2 go-to caddies, you want them to be perfect. You want them to be perfect. Some of it, as you really start loading up for the longer shotgun stages, some of it you can't avoid. You know,
especially if you have to borrow caddies from a friend, like if you have a shotgun heavy stage and you don't have enough.
But it is important, and you do want to put the work in. I mean, straight lines are strong, angles are weak. You want to grab the shells with your wrist straight, and it carries over into open as well, because the grip is super important on those mags. You only get one chance to grab it, and you want to get a firm grab on it, because you gotta be angry when you stuff those things in there. Get them to latch. So it's very important that you get a good grab and you have good ergonomics on where you place your shotgun ammo, and that would be the final tip for shotguns.
Yeah, so that is the 5 things that you can change on your shotgun to improve your game today. Adam, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Thanks everybody for listening. If there's something that you think we missed that you want to add a tip, let us know. If there's a topic that we touched on here that you'd like us to expand on more, let us know as well, and put them in the comments, and we'll go from there. Thanks everybody.
Go find a club match. See you on the range.
Yeah, go shoot.